What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here, back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we're going to be discussing who the upcoming festival character will be coming to Grand Cross, as we've already gotten teased, guys, with the 77.77 million download celebration, as they've already put out the EVE banner for it, and they've already kind of, teased it as well on their socials. So if you guys do enjoy videos like this, man, definitely make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, as we're on the road to that 54,000 subscribers. I definitely do appreciate the support on the channel, guys. And with that out of the way, man, let's hop in and let's talk about all the info that we got here upcoming for the festival. So first things first, guys, let's actually open up my Chrome tab here, and we'll start with the information from Alexis. So we actually have some news here from 70s Leaks, and Leaks says starting from the 16th onwards, right, we'll go from the bottom up. So Alexis says festival next week, and he said this on the 16th, so I'm recording this on the 21st. This is going to be up on the 22nd, but yeah, Alexis said this on the 16th, so that was about almost a week ago now, right? So because it was that early, I mean, we already know for a fact that we were going to be getting one, especially now, with the update with Cusack, and we actually did get the fact that they showed the 77 million download celebration stuff. We know it was going to be a festival. And then right here, Alexa says not going to be a collab, which was something that I actually kind of predicted, just kind of based on previous years and the time kind of time slots and stuff. But yeah, because of Alexa saying it's not collab, that pretty much kind of cancels that out, guys. So unfortunately no collab, but it looks like we probably will be getting a collab then probably end of October, if that makes the most sense, because at that point we would have end of October be kind of a collab slot, and then we'd have November and December, which you guys know is November and December Fest. Alright, now next thing Alexa says is part 2 is Ragnarok. Now, one thing before I even continue with the video here, guys, is I actually thought initially the festival was gonna be a Ragnarok celebration, and the reason why I thought this was because if you go in game right now to your login bonus, it actually puts that one girl from Ragnarok, I figured out what her name is, but she's like friends with Fenrir, and it puts this girl in your login bonus. And I get that this is like kind of a Ragnarok kind of login bonus, but I don't think she was here the previous week when we started out this login bonus, and this was for Gelda anyway, right? This is the summer Gelda login bonus. So yeah, that right there, like, that kind of tripped me out. I'm like, okay, is that kind of hinting at an upcoming Ragnarok Fest for the 77 million download celebration? And I couldn't really, like, confirm it or not until I saw what Alexis said, and it was that it's not going to be, a Ragnarok, but the part 2 would be, right? And so yeah, as you guys can see right here, if we do go back, Alexis actually does say here, do you think they would release a character that isn't from the 7 Deadly Sins in the 770 million download celebration? So pretty much what Alexis is saying here, guys, is that it's pretty much confirmed that we are not going to be getting a Ragnarok main festival for the celebration. It's actually going to be a 7 Deadly Sins character, most likely. So with that being said, we're going to be getting a 7 Deadly Sins festival, and then the part 2 being a Ragnarok character as well. So that already locks down exactly what it's going to be, the criteria for the festival. So the 77 million download celebration is going to be a sin. And one thing I actually did want to check as well is download celebrations in the past. So I actually have a control F right here, download, and if I actually filter this, guys, we can see the previous download celebration characters that we've gotten in the past. So the 7.77 million download celebration was the first one we ever got in 2020, and that character was Lostvayne Meliodas for global, guys. That's kind of crazy, right? Or no, it might have actually been, wait, was this for global or JP? I'm actually, oh no, wait, I'm actually not too sure. I think, oh no, this might have been JP actually then. Okay, yeah, so 7.77 million download celebration was Lostvayne, right? And then moving on from that, we got the 20 million download celebration. This was Small Wings King, the yeah, just the Small Wings King, regular King, right? So he was the release for the 20 million download celebration. Now the 30 million was the Lolly Merlin. So as you guys can already see, there's a trend here that every single download celebration character has actually been a sin in the past. So even if we were to kind of go off just based on what download celebrations we had in the past, and even not Alexis mentioning that it wouldn't be anyone other than a 7 Deadly Sin, we would just kind of base it off of this, guys, and seeing that every previous download celebration has been a 7 Deadly Sins character. So moving on, we have the 40 million download. This was Hijack Gulther, right? And then moving on from that, we actually had the 50 million download, which was Infinity Merlin. So far, guys, the only characters that we've actually gotten from a download celebration have been Merlin, Gulther, Meliodas, but I feel like that's an off one, and then King. So those were the only characters that I think we were actually able to get throughout those download celebrations. Let's actually scroll through again. So it was, yeah, Hijack Gowther, we had Lolly Merlin, we had the Small Wings King, we had Lost Vein, which I wouldn't say really counts because it was kind of like their first big download celebration, and then Infinity Merlin. So with that being said, guys, what kind of character are we going to be expecting then if those are kind of our three options? I would honestly say just based on that, we can kind of expect one of those three characters. Now, something just to give you guys a little bit of like, you know, food for thought. With this post right here, they say over 77.77 million downloads worldwide, get upgrade items as gifts for the whole week. And they actually show a bunch of characters here in this image. Now, what is one character here, guys, that is missing from this image right here? So we have Meliodas Bond, Diane Gowther, King Merlin, but we are missing Escanor. Would they do a Escanor unit for the 77 million download celebration? It's possible. It definitely is possible. Now, do I see that actually happening? Probably not. Now, that's kind of just like my, you know, if they actually want to go crazy and drop an Escanor, they could, because right here they're kind of, you know, they're not showing off that one character that they have left over. Why wouldn't they put Escanor in this kind of bunch here, but they leave him out and they put everyone else? They put Elizabeth and Melly, I guess. So Elizabeth's kind of that like extra slot that they take up. So yeah, there is that. And then also, guys, remember that in the kind of like staff, what was this, like the roadmap, they talked about duo characters and if they would ever release like an Escanor Merlin character. And as you guys know, previous download celebration festivals have actually been Merlin pretty consistently. We had Infinity Merlin, and then we had the Lolly Merlin. So, you know, with that being said, could this be a Escanor Merlin for September? Like as a September festival? That would be a little crazy, wouldn't it? Because we would have November festival still and December, and I don't even know what they would slot in if they did this here. So I feel like this is a little bit too early to actually drop this, unless they're like maybe saving Bond and Elaine for like November or December, or no, probably November, and then they would have December be like another King Meliodas or something, right? Like something like that. I mean, I think that's definitely possible. So, you know, if they actually want to go through with it, guys, I could see Escanor being the character that they do release, because they did say that they are working on, you know, getting out characters like the Meliodas and Elizabeth and the King and Diane unit, right? They said Bond and Elaine. They said Escanor and Merlin pairings were you know, enthusiastic interest. So that's something that they might want to do, considering this is a download celebration and we've only ever had Sins as the download celebration. So yeah, guys, that's kind of just some food for thought right there. But like, I actually do think it could be possible. And you know, with that being said, if I had to kind of lock in who I think it would be, I would have to say it's either going to be a Escanor and Merlin duo unit, or they go with maybe just a standalone Escanor, which would be a little crazy though, because then, you know, if they do release like an Escanor and Merlin, then it wouldn't be as crazy. But I could also just see them doing maybe a new Merlin or maybe a new King. You know, they definitely could do a new King. Obviously we have King and Diane as a unit, but we haven't had like another solo King festival unit in a minute. So I guess they could, like, you know, force that unit to be like the main, like, well, I don't know. That's actually kind of tough because King and Diane are already so good with fairies. So I don't know, guys. This is just like, you know, thoughts off the top of my head here. I'm just kind of rambling, but you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like, what character do you guys think it's going to be? Because I'm kind of leaning towards mostly like an Escanor Merlin duo unit. Just based on the fact that they definitely teased it with their, you know, their roadmap, and the fact that Escanor was hidden off the, you know, the 77 million download celebration image. So I think that could be like a little bit of a hint, but again, we just do not know really, guys. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Again, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this. And yeah, that is going to be it. I'm going to see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.